This is Good Morning Jacksonville.
It's Thursday morning. Hope you're having a good one. Right now at 6:30, the site of Sunday's mass shooting shut down, and it is not known when it's going to actually reopen. The JFRD says the tragedy could have been avoided. Very strong words. We're going to break it down why they said that in a live report.
And your second big story on this Thursday morning, the teen charged with killing a young man after a Rays football game will be charged as an adult. After that shooting, other districts are making moves to keep fans safe. We're going to fill you in just ahead.
And tonight, the final preseason game for the Jaguars. They're playing the Buccaneers in Tampa. And it is going to be the last week now to get your fantasy team together. So many drafts happening now through the weekend. So a little later on, Mike Kay and I are going to break down who you could pick from the Jags. It's top 3 Jags to pick for your fantasy team.
Now, weather with your First Coast News storm experts, powered by AC Designs.
Good morning. Yeah, speaking of the Jags, some folks heading to Tampa for tonight's game, 7:30. We could have a lightning delay because the storm zone today in Florida is the west coast. All right, so we're talking about 85 degrees. Take the ponchos. Maybe a lightning delay before the game, just about an hour or so. Rain chance at 60%. But here at home, it's about shining like the weather. We're talking about a bright sunrise, 76 degrees heading out the door. Futurecast showing those coastal showers we've seen much of the week, staying mainly offshore. If we do get one, that'd be out toward Palm Coast, maybe Marineland as we head into the next couple of hours. Elsewhere, though, it's dry, looking good for the kids getting to school. And then there's your storm zone, Highway 301 to the west, Bradford, Union, Baker County, interior southeast Georgia. So for tonight, jumbo shrimp, their last regular season homestand. That's right, but it's looking beautiful and nice at the Tiki Terrace. Temperatures hold in the low 80s. We'll have more of your big events, including the weekend coming up. But first, Katie Jeffries in the VyStar Credit Union Traffic Center.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Your time is 6:32. I hope you guys are having a great start to your morning. Here's a look towards I-10. This is the eastbound side. That is the westbound side. You can see this eastbound side leading towards downtown. It is definitely starting to pick up. So about 8 minutes right now to go from 295 towards downtown. So you've got that bottleneck that's already kind of starting to form, but no crashes being reported right now over there on I-10. Been watching some on and off congestion here along 295, basically from where it meets I-95 all the way up towards Beach Boulevard. About 10 to 12 minutes right now, and that's another spot that we tend to see congestion in the morning. You've got it where it goes from 4 lanes to 2, and that's why you see those heavy delays there. Do want to let you know about this crash. This is in Green Cove Springs, US 17 northbound near JP Hall Boulevard. Now, hearing a left northbound lane is blocked. Our system looks like it's showing it that possibly that northbound lanes of 17 could be closed at this point. So this is just south of where the Shands Bridge would be. So if you're traveling maybe out of Palatka using US 17 northbound, watch this accident closely because this could definitely impact you. But again, this is US 17 northbound near JP Hall Boulevard. Right now, we're hearing the left northbound lane there is blocked.
And at the end of the day, the message is clear. Don't mess with the Uber driver. Leave the Uber driver alone, because he just may be a certified police officer in waiting. And when you force him off of the road and threaten to shoot him with a gun while holding a cell phone in your right hand, which is a shiny object, in a second, you could get shot and killed.
A major misunderstanding leads to a deadly shooting in Central Florida involving an Uber driver. You just heard there. Police say he was taking a woman home early Tuesday morning when a pickup truck pulled up alongside his vehicle, then cut him off. Well, the driver of the pickup truck mistakenly thought the woman in the other car was his girlfriend, and he confronted the Uber driver. That's when the Uber driver shot and killed the man. What makes the incident even more unusual is that the Uber driver had just completed the police academy and had a concealed carry permit. The sheriff says it was justifiable homicide and a clear case of stand your ground.
New for you this morning, a Guatemalan woman is planning to file several lawsuits against federal agencies after her toddler died in May. The woman brought her daughter to America seeking asylum. She said her child received inadequate medical care while in ICE custody, causing her death. She plans to sue for negligence.
Well, new research suggests that mental illness may be underdiagnosed among U.S. soldiers. The study looked at more than 9,000 soldiers who attempted suicide. More than a third had no prior mental health diagnosis. Now, this was especially common among soldiers in their first year of service. Other risk factors associated with attempted suicide included being female, having less education, and a recent demotion. Now, if you or someone you know is in need of help, remember you can always call the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. That number is right there on your screen, 1-800-273-TALK. Well, folks, we all know it has been a very tough week here in Jackson with Friday night shooting after a high school football game and then Sunday shooting at the Jacksonville Landing.
And a lot of the community coming together now, praying for our city, our state, and our country. Last night, there was a prayer vigil held at the Landing for the victims, for the survivors. Our Byron Parker captured this photo right here. You see a powerful shot of everyone coming
with
together.
The words and the hashtag Pray for Jax. We're going to stay on your side throughout all of this, whatever comes our way. We're back in 2 minutes.
Hey, welcome back. So if you're both a fantasy football player and a lover of the Jaguars, every year you may face that little personal dilemma of wanting to draft a Jag player, so you have that nice little connection, drafting with your heart a little bit. But not all players, of course, are smart picks. Even if you love seeing them in the teal and black, they may not fit on your fantasy team. Mike Kay and I talk about the Jaguars with the most potential value as you draft your teams. Mike Kay with me now as we're getting our war room ready for a draft. We're having a fantasy football Jaguars draft.
This is not the right order. Yeah, maybe we...
That's how the sausage is made. If we were to pick at least one Jag for our fantasy team, Mike Kay, who are your top 3 Jags for a fantasy football team?
Well, as Jaguars fans, you want to play with your heart, but also your head so you can bring home some winnings this season.
Bingo.
We're going to start off with the big fish.
Okay.
Leonard Fournette.
Number 27.
He's going to be a guy that's going to be a dual threat runner. He's going to be able to catch the ball out of the backfield. He's lost 10 pounds. That's going to help him be a little bit faster as he's picking up that yardage for you on your fantasy team.
Who do you have as your second pick?
Hey, if you want to be bold, you got to do something with the bold city, and you got to go with the Jaguars defense.
Can't go wrong.
This is a turnover factory. They've produced sacks at an alarming rate. They were second in the league.
All right, number 3, the big wild card.
Yeah, this might come as a surprise to some of you, but BB5, Blake Bortles. He's a dual threat quarterback. The Jaguars want to see him take more control of the offense this year. He's going to be running and passing.
I'm going to put my wild card pick in as well. I'm certainly no insider or beat reporter, but you got to have a kicker on your team. And if you get to that last point where you got one roster spot left and my man Josh Lambo is available, I'd take him. 95% efficiency with his kicking, and he also had a long of 56, and that's worth some points right there. All right, so go enjoy your drafts, go win a championship, win some money, and share it with us. Mike_E_K on the social media. And he's also got a really good story right now about some guys fighting to make their spot, the final spots on the 53-man roster, and who may get cut, because that's what's really important about tonight's final preseason game as the Jaguars play the Buccaneers in Tampa at 7:30. You will not see starters or many second stringers, actually. It's going to be a fight to see who gets on the roster.
Yes, and if Leonard Fournette's available in my fantasy draft, yes, I take him first. That's for sure. Now, heading to Tampa tonight, the Jaguars take over Tampa. So notice, though, we've got that onshore flow continuing, that flow from the east. So there could be a rain delay as Futurecast lights up in the Tampa area between about 5 and 7 p.m. I think the kickoff's at 7:30, so maybe a delay at the beginning of the game. Here at home, we're not looking for rain delays today. We're shining like the weather. Beautiful sunrise at Jacksonville Beach. Great beach day. Oh, that's salt life. 76 degrees right now, dew point of 73. School of the day, areas that will see the heavy rain. Lawdy Elementary, okay, so looking good getting to school, parents, but make sure you get in that pickup line early at 2 o'clock. Thunderstorm likely. Weekend shows, plenty of sunshine, but a change for Monday. We'll talk about Labor Day, but first, Katie Jeffries, ViStar Credit Union Traffic Center.
Thank you, Mike. Your time is 6:41 out there. So let's take a look at your roadways. Buckman Bridge definitely starting to pick up this side that's leading you towards the Mandarin area. Look at that congestion already building in. The side going towards Orange Park, though, still moving along here pretty well. In fact, your drive time right now is about 15 minutes to go from Blanding across the Buckman over towards I-95. So definitely seeing congestion. Seeing congestion starting to build through Orange Park as well on 17 and over on Blanding, as well as parts of Wells and Kingsley. Now, I do want to remind you, if you are driving around Green Cove Springs, looks like we've got a closure of US 17 northbound near JP Hall Boulevard. Left northbound lane there is blocked.
All right, thanks for that, Katie. It's now 42 minutes past the hour. Coming up in your power block of nonstop news, another state amendment could be coming off the November ballot. We're going to tell you why just ahead.
And things got a little bit crazy here at City Hall last night at the City Council meeting. What caused the chambers to be clear and what the council president has to say about it coming up.
It's time now for your power block of nonstop news.
Good Thursday morning to you. I'm Lou Turner. The New Mexico couple found living in squalor with 11 children and a toddler's body had child abuse charges dropped against them yesterday and new charges imposed within a matter of minutes. Child abuse charges dropped, but the couple's new charges do include first-degree child abuse resulting in death, as well as second-degree felony conspiracy to commit child abuse. They could face life sentences, by the way, if found guilty, so certainly not off the hook. All right, so packed city council meeting last night. Several locals wanted their voice heard after last weekend's violent crimes, but then it got heated.
Yep, so what's next for our city? Our Lindsay Boach is going to break that down for us just ahead. And something else we're all talking about this morning. We have got to talk about what is next for Chicago Pizza. That's where that deadly shooting happened at the Jacksonville Landing. On your side's Lana Harris. She's standing by now live with the latest on that. Lana.
Good morning. Well, we know that the landing has been open for the last 2 days, but the doors here at the Chicago Pizza are still locked. In fact, no word yet on when they will be reopening. They've got a sign on the door just asking people to stay tuned. And of course, it is because of this, a cease and desist order given to them by JFRD. The department issued this order yesterday, along with citations for video machines blocking exits and power strips being used as permanent wiring. Now get this, the order also emphasized that the restaurant's floor plan, authorized in 2009, did not include a gaming room, and therefore Chicago Pizza should never have been hosting a tournament. We spoke with one of the victims' mothers, who now wants answers on how this oversight could have happened.
If you have codes or violations or occupancy codes and laws that are supposed to be followed, who didn't do their job? It's disgusting. I'm appalled. My son is hurt. It's just a sad situation.
Now, the citations from JFRD total to fines of $240. That's 3 citations at $80 apiece. Stay tuned to First Coast News on air and online for continued coverage on this. Here in the Landing, I'm Lana Harris, First Coast News on your side.
You guys are going to have to bear with me for just a second. The leaf blowers just started coming out here to do their work here at City Hall. But last night, it got a little bit crazy at the City Council meeting. A lot of people wanted their voices to be heard about the city's violence. And each person gets 3 minutes to talk if they fill out a little card. Well, Councilman Dennis wanted to appeal that rule. He didn't receive enough votes to support his appeal, and that's when the crowd erupted. People started shouting, they started yelling chants. Several people got up to leave. There was a little bit of a ruckus there, and Council President Aaron Bowman ordered the sergeant that was there to clear the chambers for him.
This is the opportunity for the public to engage with us so we can all hear their concerns.
This is not an easy job to run a city this large and a budget this big, and with with 80 speaker cards tonight, it had to be done with dignity.
So after those 3 minutes that the people are allowed to talk, then they can go into a green room, but then what they're saying is taken off the record. And Councilman Dennis says that it takes away the transparency of all of it as well. Reporting live downtown this morning, Lindsay Boach, First Coast News on your side.
It's 6:48. Thank you, Lindsay. And new for you this morning, EA Sports creators of the Madden football video game franchise have released a statement showing their support to the victims of Sunday's shooting. as well as to the city of Jacksonville. There was a tweet, and in that tweet, the company said they're going to donate $1 million to the families of the two victims killed in that shooting, Taylor Robertson and Elijah Clayton. They will also bring the community together through a live stream next Thursday, September 6th.
A memorial service will be held today in Phoenix for Senator John McCain. McCain's casket will leave the Arizona State Capitol, where thousands paid their respects on Wednesday. A list of invited guests who will attend a celebration of life at North Phoenix Baptist Church. Former Vice President Joe Biden is among the speakers scheduled to pay tribute to the former Arizona senator. Not invited to the services is President Trump and McCain's former running mate, Sarah Palin.
Good morning. We're holiday weekend headquarters for you, and check it out. We're talking about low rain chances, plenty of pool and beach weather Saturday and Sunday. Great for Monster Jam, Leonard Skinner, shrimp days in Fernandina. Monday would be the day where we'd have maybe more than 2 hours of rain. Okay, that would be in the afternoon, not a washout. 88 degrees, and here's what's going on. First thing, we always look at the tropics when we go to Labor Day weekend. Not expecting any named systems, anything close to home. We will watch a tropical wave in the Bahamas to South Florida. Okay, so what this could do is increase our breeze and a few scattered showers Monday afternoon. We'll watch that wave as it reemerges into the Gulf next week, maybe trying to organize by the middle of next week, but again, not affecting our holiday weekend. In fact, today our precision cast showing some big impacts to western Duval County. So Baldwin, you would be the area that would see that pop-up storm right around 2 o'clock. Of more concern, inland areas like Waycross. All right, you could see maybe 1-2 inches of rain. Fairfax and Homeland getting in on that rain between 4 and 5. For St. Johns County, it's a beach day for St. Augustine, maybe a shower for Yelvington at 2 o'clock. Areas that could see big impacts also include McClenny, Lake Butler, and Stark. Lightning, flood advisories possible. Glen St. Mary to Fort White between 3 and 4 o'clock with a high of 92. 7-day forecast showing a beautiful Thursday, shining like the weather, keeping those rain chances low at least through Sunday, and better chances of rain next week. Now let's get to Katie Jeffries, ViStar Credit Union Traffic Center.
Good morning. Your time is about 6:51. This is your power block of traffic, and this is a look towards I-95 near MLK 20th Street. So you can see that the southbound side of 95 really picking up. This northbound side, though, pretty clear at the moment. If you're traveling northbound away from downtown, you actually have some nice traffic. It is definitely starting to pick up and bottleneck here along I-10 eastbound from 295 to downtown, but no crashes there to add additional time. You're also seeing delays along the Buckman Bridge, traveling along that southbound side that leads you into the Mandarin area. So about 15 to 20 minutes from Blanding across the bridge to I-95, and that is building. I-95, though, from St. Johns County towards the Jacksonville area, no reports of problems there. Now, in Green Cove Springs, if you're traveling along US 17 northbound near JP Hall Boulevard, there is a report of a crash there that's blocking the left lane, and that's why you're seeing this red. Now, our system is showing it as closed, but according to FHP, they're saying only one left northbound lane there is blocked. So if you're traveling through there, you might be able to squeeze past, but be very careful. Listen to any first responders there on the scene.
Time is 6:52. Your GMJ out the door right now. The 16-year-old charged in the deadly Rains High School shooting last week is going to be tried as an adult. 2 people were injured. Those are expected to be okay, but 19-year-old Gerard Adams died that night from his injuries at that football game just afterwards.
Well, since that shooting, Duval County schools announced more popular games will be shifted to different days or times to try and prevent further violence. Now, Putnam County has announced plans to beef up security at its football games. There are no plans for Putnam to move its games, though, but officers will be on hand and may search through bags on campus or at stadiums to keep weapons out.
Now, in response to the events of last weekend, the Jacks Chamber and Black Knight are co-hosting a course in dealing with an active shooter. The class is 3:30 to 5, September 5th at Black Knight's offices at 601 Riverside. The class is $5 for Chamber members or $15 for non-members.
A proposal that would ban Greyhound racing in the state of Florida may or may not be put up for a vote in November. The state Supreme Court took up the proposed Amendment 13 yesterday and is still weighing in on its outcome. Earlier this month, the Leon County judge ruled the language in that measure it's misleading. It phases out commercial dog racing by 2020, and lawyers for the dog racing industry say that it does not give voters enough information like how it would impact other gaming like slot machines.
Well, fresh off his Florida primary win, Republican gubernatorial nominee Ron DeSantis raised some eyebrows with this remark he made about his Democratic opponent and Florida voting, Tallahassee Mayor Andrew Gillum.
The last thing we need to do is to monkey this up by trying to embrace a socialist agenda with huge tax increases and bankrupting the state.
So, CEO of the Black Commission in Jacksonville, Dallo Sekou, released a statement saying, quote, "We cannot have anyone who does not respect our community, represent our community, or your lack of tact and blatant disregard for cultural differences is never acceptable," referring to DeSantis there.
Well, DeSantis' communications director had this to say, quote, "Ron DeSantis was obviously talking about Florida not making the wrong decision to embrace the socialist policies that Andrew Gillum espouses. To characterize it as anything else is absurd," end quote.
Sweet Pete's, your local candy store right downtown, going to be temporarily closed, but they're making some repairs, and again, it's temporary. A spokesperson for the store says the more than 100-year-old building was in need of some emergency repairs and renovations, and they're hoping to reopen during the beginning of October. However, if you do need your candy fix, and they've got some great homemade stuff, you can still pick up orders from your online purchases.
Oh, I love this story. So 911 dispatchers, they take a wide range of calls from distress to sadness to joy. And one dispatcher received a call Tuesday about a woman delivering her baby at home. So the birth was happening way faster than the woman and her husband anticipated. So the dispatcher, her name is Michelle, she coached the dad on how to deliver the baby until paramedics arrived. Can you imagine delivering a baby over the phone, just holding one phone and doing the other? So the couple welcomed this baby boy. There he is, Grayson Charles Pine. Congratulations to them. He's healthy and happy.
Oh, that is incredible. Well, get the tissues ready because I have a story for you. One little girl's birthday surprise has gone viral, and it's one she'll remember for a lifetime.
I'm going to be adopted?
You can see her face says it all. This was her final birthday present, finding out that her foster parents are officially adopting she and her siblings. Now, the little girl, she's only 10 years old, but as you can tell, she understood everything about that clip. Her mom, Paige, posted the video on Facebook saying that the three kids have been in foster care for the past 3 years, and she says adopting them has been the most beautiful adventure. Now, this has a lot of people showing some love and sharing love all over social media. Paula says, very heartwarming. It's such a blessing to be able to share your love with a beautiful child. And then this next one from Marie that says, this touched me. Amazing parents they will make. All the best to a lovely family. So guys, remember the conversation always continues online. Just use that hashtag GMJ and let us know what you think about that incredible moment.
Here's a reminder for you, if you haven't checked this out yet, now you can take all of us, the GMJ team, plus, of course, your headlines, more importantly, with you every single day. Sign up for GMJ on the go. It's right now on the front page of firstcoastnews.com. All you do, insert your email address into that tab right there. You get a daily message from the team. And you know what people are going to be talking about at work? Be the smartest person at the water cooler. So check this screen grab out on your screen. So super easy. Remember, firstcoastnews.com.
And weather that'll make you want to sing some Rihanna. All right, I'll spare you my version.
No, don't.
But shine bright like a diamond. Shine in that sunshine today, high of 89. The storm zone stays west of Duval.
I was a little nervous you were going to say like umbrella, and we were going to need some rain. If you're traveling here along 295, this is right as you would exit the Buckman Bridge into Mandarin. You've got that lovely bottleneck there in that area, but at least no crashes at this point.
Lovely
bottleneck.
Folks, I know it has been a tough week thus far, but we hope that you have a wonderful Friday Eve. Be safe out there.